Are you serious? Are you serious? The front doors of the nightclub in Brazil was locked? What? Locked? Why? Why? Well, what I understand is because some people didn't pay. They were drinking and they were running up their tabs, and they didn't want anybody leaving the place before they paid their bill. So they locked the front doors. If you tried to leave early without paying your tab, you couldn't get out. What they didn't know was going to happen was a fire was going to break out. And it was only supposed to be an occupancy of 1,000 people. There were 2,000 people in there with the front doors locked and pyro. Look, are you serious? Get a cup of coffee. This story gets worse by the moment of what happened in that nightclub in Brazil. The blazing nightclub's main doors were locked, according to the Brazil officials reportedly are saying. Dozens of victims of a fast-moving nightclub inferno that claimed the lives of more than 230 people. They're now saying the official death toll is 233, but 92 people are still in the hospital, some of them in critical condition. Now, this fire took place in southern Brazil, and it's insane. There's going to be 50 funerals today in the city of Santa Maria, Brazil. What a horrific situation this is becoming and is. They're expecting to have 50 funerals today to take place in Santa Maria, Brazil, according to Brazilian television news broadcast Zero Hora. While other bodies removed from the Kiss nightclub remain in the city's gymnasium awaiting identification. The cemetery opened early at 7:30 a.m. local time and was planning to conduct burials in half-hour intervals, saying that the army was helping to dig the graves. The newspaper the Diário de Santa Maria reported that the refrigerator trucks were used to preserve some of the bodies overnight because local mortuary facilities were full. The blaze began early Sunday morning at around 2:30 a.m. when the band's small pyrotechnics show ignited a foam sound insulating material on the ceiling. The first images from the inside the blackened building showed the extent of the panic, with drinks and clothing scattered across the floor. Many of the victims were under 20 years old, according to the Associated Press, and were attending a party organized by students from several academic departments from the Federal University of Santa Maria. The main door of the nightclub was locked at the time the fire chief arrived trying to get into the building. He added that firefighters responding to the blaze initially had trouble getting inside the nightclub because there was a barrier of bodies blocking the entrance. So what happens is the doors are locked. The people are rushing to the main doors. When they get there, the doors are locked and they can't get out. The smoke inhalation, they begin to die, and the impact and the rush toward the front door. As the bodies die and the people fall and they're dead and the doors are locked, when the fire department finally can get the doors open, they can't get in the building because of the pile of bodies. Everything that could go wrong went wrong with this event. You got 2,000 kids in there instead of 1,000. you have drinking and partying going on and when the fire broke out, all the lights went out inside the place. So people couldn't see. There was probably no lit exits. And one of the band members says he was handed a fire extinguisher when it first started, but it didn't work. And the front doors were locked. Now, firefighters responding to the blaze initially had trouble getting inside the nightclub because the barrier of bodies were blocking the entrance. Local authorities told Reuters that 120 men and 113 women died in the fire. There's another 92 people still being treated in hospitals. Survivors and the police inspector say that security guards briefly tried to block people from exiting the club, according to the AP, because fearing that the patrons would leave without paying their tabs. But angrily said that the guards didn't appear to block fleeing patrons for long. It was chaotic. It doesn't seem to have been done in bad faith because several security guards also died. In a radio interview, the band's guitarist Rodrigo Martin said the fire began shortly after his band took the stage at 2:15 a.m. local time on Sunday. When the fire started, a guard passed out a fire extinguisher to the singer. He tried to use it, but it wasn't working. He added that the accordion player died. Daniel Jaquez, age 28, died, while 5 other members of the band got out safely. What a terrible situation in Santa Maria, Brazil. And I'm concerned about this event for a lot of reasons, but mainly because, first of all, the death of 233 people. This could have been prevented. This should have been prevented. So pray